Welcome to Around the Region. I'm Kayla Buchanan. On tonight's show, the boys are back as the Lloydminster Bobcats host their spring camp. Life is sweet and vermilion at Serotonin Chocolates, and a local musician sings the sad song of the Canadian penny. But first, the Lloydminster MS Society is gearing up for their biggest fundraiser of the year. I'm at the MS Society in Lloydminster with Johanna. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. And you guys are gearing up for a very big event.
Absolutely. Our Lloydminster Enerflex MS Walk is taking place on Saturday, April 28th, so it is quickly approaching. And we're calling on local residents to register now if you haven't already.
And how can people register and join this thing?
Getting registered is so easy. You can just give us a call right here at the office. Call us at 780-871-0513, or you can register online. Just go to www.mswalks.ca, and you can find registration instructions right there and get all set up. So it's very easy.
How's registration going so far? Are the numbers up or down from previous years?
You know, the numbers have been slow going. Right now, we're sitting just under halfway to where we want to be as far as total registrants for this year. One thing that I think a lot of people maybe don't realize is that our local chapter depends so heavily upon funds raised through the walk each year to fuel our local programs and services. And we see such a demand and need locally for those services. We have everything from MS Active Now programs that help people deal with the physical effects of the disease by having moderate exercise, things like our adapted yoga and aqualight classes, but also support groups. We have our young people's group, other groups that help connect people with MS so they don't feel like they're coping with this disease all on their own. We also help subsidize handy van rides for people who might be in a wheelchair or scooter, and that's so huge to ensuring that mobility isn't an obstacle in their lives. And we also have special assistance funding for families that maybe are really feeling the heavy financial impact of the disease. So we do so much as a local chapter. We almost on a daily basis, we have people coming in who are newly diagnosed saying, what do I do now? The neurologist just gave me the diagnosis. I don't know what the next step is. So there's so much that we do as a local chapter, and we really rely upon the funding through the walk to make sure that we can sustain those programs, keep them going, educate others on MS. We have a kids camp each summer. So there's a lot of programs that are really relying on the walk, and we're so grateful to this community for stepping up and ensuring those continue to be funded.
And can you tell us what the day kind of entails with the walk itself and what it's going to be like for people when they get out there?
The walk is just a tremendous coming together of people in the MS community. It's really a moving, inspirational day, and you get 500 people coming together who have most been impacted in some way or another by MS, either through a family member, friends, or are affected themselves. So it's a really powerful coming together and making a statement to say the fight to end MS is stronger than ever, and that's evidenced by the tremendous funds that are raised year over year and the great group of people who come out. So people can choose to walk a 1, 5, or 10K route, and we have lots of teams who register for the walk. So they have a lot of fun coming out, walking together. Many walk in honor of someone they know affected by MS. And it's just a great opportunity to come be a part of that environment and be a part of that group of people committed all to ending MS. We also have great community support. We're going to be fortunate to have MP Leon Benoit coming out, as well as the mayor, and some other dignitaries have been invited. Of course, the most important guests are the walkers themselves, and we're encouraging you to register.
Are you looking for volunteers at all with the event?
Absolutely. The MS Walk is a huge volunteer-driven event, and so there's always we always have that need for some extra hands. So if you're interested, just call us here at the office.
And can you share with us a little bit for people who might not know at home, MS, what is the disease of MS?
Sure. MS it's a complex disease. It's a chronic disease of the central nervous system. So what happens is it affects the ability of nerve impulses to travel from the brain through the spinal cord to the rest of the body. So often it can result in impaired balance, impaired speech, extreme fatigue, which isn't the same as just being tired. It's literally not being able to get out of bed in the morning because you're so encumbered by that sense. Can affect many other things. There's vision problems, numbness, paralysis. And the thing about MS, like I said, it's a complex disease, so the disease course is never the same for any one person. Some people can go on living relatively normal lives, and to look at them, you'd never know that they have MS. Others, unfortunately, are impacted much more significantly, sometimes need walkers or wheelchairs. So the physical effects of the disease can take quite a toll. Lots of research is being done looking for that cure. All sorts of investigations into childhood MS and other possible correlations. So still many more questions than answers with this disease, but so much progress has been made over the years.
Now, is there a difference between men and women as far as getting MS goes?
Yes, women tend to be diagnosed 3 times more than men when it comes to MS. And again, they're not entirely sure why that is, but so the prevalency is certainly higher for women than men. And generally, people tend to be diagnosed between the ages of 15 and 40. That being said, we've known of children who have been as young as 2 years old who've been diagnosed. So truly, it's unpredictable. It can affect anyone, anywhere, anytime.
And I know it's a pretty big cause, definitely in this community, in our region, tons of people being affected by it. So for the walk, for the last call, is there a deadline for people to register?
No, we ask that people, we do have a formal deadline of noon the day before the walk, just to allow us to take stock of all of our participants. Although we do invite people, they can come to the walk day of if they're not registered, and for just a nominal fee that we can get them registered. So again, but just encouraging people, register sooner than that, put a team together. All you need is a minimum of 4 people. And make a difference in the lives of people living with MS.
Oh, for sure. So contact them right now with the information across the bottom of your screen and come on out for the MS Walk. Stay with us. After the break, we head to the Service Sports Center for the 2012 Bobcats Spring Training Camp.